This dish takes almost 4 hours to cook, but is it worth it? Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Meet India, my series where I take you on a culinary journey across the many states of India to showcase the best meat and seafood dishes this country has to offer. And today we're going to the state of West Bengal and we'll be making a Bengali dish called KOSHA Mangsho. Kosha is a kind of cooking style and Mangsho means meat. Now this is a delectable mutton curry that is made by slow cooking the meat for a long time and constantly scraping the brown bits at the bottom of the pan to make an umami flavored curry. Like, it is insanely good. It is a popular dish and loved all over the world. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, I'm salivating already. Let's go and make it. We're going to start by making the marinade for our mutton. In my blender, I will add onions, garlic, yogurt, salt, garam masala and turmeric. And now we blend till that is nice and smooth. I put on my sexy black glove to handle my meat. This is bone-in mutton, which is goat meat, but you can also use lamb. You want a nice mix of meat from the leg, the shoulder, and make sure it has a bit of fat as well. Now I pour that marinade over the meat and then I mix everything well. Ideally you want to do this the day before, but otherwise leave it to marinate for 1 to 8 hours in your fridge. However long you can manage. Time to make a spice mix for the Kosha Mangsho, and we start with 2 teaspoons of Cumin Powder, 2 teaspoons of Coriander Powder and 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri Red Chilli Powder. Now I add water and mix it well. Now I'm not 100% sure why we do this, but I assume it helps the spices distribute evenly in the curry when it's added. To begin the cooking process, I get my kadai on the stove and heat up a generous amount of mustard oil. To that I add some dried Kashmiri red chilies, 2 bay leaves which I tear apart with my bare hands, a black cardamom, a stick of cinnamon, 10 cloves, 10 green cardamoms, and then I saute those before adding in a very large amount of sliced onions. And then I give it all a good mix. Make sure you slice the onions saute style like this. And now we want to cook these onions on a medium heat for about 8 to 10 minutes till they get nice and brown. But you can't leave them and walk away. You need to open up the lid and stir it every 2 minutes. If some of them are browning faster than others, you can use my trick of adding water and mixing it and then letting the water dry out. This helps with a more even browning. Once the onions are reasonably brown, we add in 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, 1 deseeded green chilli, and continue to saute for a minute or 2 before we add in our spice mix. Cook that for a couple of minutes before adding the marinated mutton, and now turn up the heat on high and saute that bad boy. You just got to work that mutton like you work those dumbbells in the gym. Keep stirring, let things caramelize and brown, and then after about 5 minutes of serious arm workout, add in some yogurt, some sugar and mix well. Then add water and now just let it cook. This is basically going to take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours of cooking. I suggest you cover and cook for 10 minutes at a time, but keep opening it up and stirring the mixture and just really reduce the liquid, intensify the flavor of that gravy. You have to cook it till the mutton not only becomes tender but also the color changes. This is a long and tedious process, and that's why this tastes so good. Cook this till the Kosha Mangsho reaches its final form. Thick, dark brown and a giant umami bomb. At this point you can add some water depending on how thick or thin you want the gravy to be. Finish with some sliced and deseeded green chilies and a generous dollop of ghee. And the Kosha Mangsho is finally ready, and it really is a labor of love. You will be a soaking wet pile of sweat, but it will be worth it. Anyway, I serve it up and just look at that gorgeous Kosha Mangsho. Of course, I got to give you that front camera shot, and let's break into that mutton. It's so soft and tender. Anyway, it's time for the official taste test. Alright folks, it's time to taste the Kosha Mangsho. And look who's back in the kitchen joining me. It's my dad, Mickey Makija.
Kosha Mangsho I thought was a Japanese or a Chinese dish, but apparently it's a Bengali dish.
Yes, Dad, it's a Bengali dish. Kosha Mangsho.
It's
Kosha.
goat meat.
Yes, mutton. So dig in.
Just love that.
That's an umami bomb.
Tender as hell. And my best piece is the marrow. Oh, this is food heaven. Unbelievable. Oh,
So this takes 2 hours to make.
yeah.
Like you have to
2
just-
minutes to eat it.
Yeah, it's a long process, but it's totally worth the effort.
Absolutely.
Like the amount of flavor in this, and obviously, as you guys know, I don't eat spicy food, so this is not a spicy KOSHA Mangsho. I deseeded the green chilies. I use Kashmiri red chilies, so the spice levels are perfect for me. But of course, you can make yours spicier. Just use green chilies with the seeds and everything. And yeah, normally they eat it with a sort of sweetish pulao, but I'm serving it with jeera rice because that's what I had at home. But does this get the horns up from you?
Absolute horns up. And it's like a starter for me because I got a whole lunch waiting at home.
Awesome. So on that note, we're going to say goodbye to you guys, but I'll see you on the next episode of Headbangers Kitchen. Until then, cheers and keep cooking. A big thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon and here on the YouTube channel memberships. You are all awesome, and a big thank you from me once again for all your support.